With Bitcoin right now closer than ever to another confirmed once-in-a-year bull cross on its weekly chart, Moon Boys are right now wiggling their toes and dripping straight through their clothes as the largest upside swing of the year draws near. But the real question is, are you bullish? Or are you mega bullish? So if the thought of Bitcoin pumping gets your bone thumping, hit that like and subscribe. Get signed up with Femix below if you want Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade. No KYC or VPN required if you sign up using the link below. And without any further ado, the price of Bitcoin right now, still sideways right now. It's been about a week or so that we have moved up to right underneath 100K, gotten a little bit of a rejection. But currently, things aren't looking good. They're looking absolutely slamtastic. As we have been mentioning the last few days, right? If we come down to this 21 day, right at about 91, or let's just be honest, get a retest of about 90K on these charts, not only is that not bad, but a retest here is gigantically big, and there's absolutely no guarantee we're going to get one. The weekly chart for Bitcoin just looks absolutely phenomenal, with the RSI, as we pointed out just about 2 weeks ago, had a bullish cross. And now, as you can see here, this is closer than we've been in quite literally first time in months that we're on the verge of seeing a bullish cross on the MACD as well, which not only is exciting, it's extremely big. And you might be asking yourselves, if the 4-year cycles are over, what's going to happen, right? If there's no more 4-year cycle, because we've seen more divergence from that than ever for the first time, right? Our very first clues of that were well over a year ago when Bitcoin broke its all-time high before the halving. Had never happened before. That had never happened. Nobody was expecting that to happen, right? But we did. And we've seen a lot of other differences. Namely, this cycle so far, we're mainly seeing Bitcoin lag a little bit in terms of really setting up for its next major move, which I don't personally think is a bad thing at all. In fact, I think that the longer we kind of cement and build support around 100K, the higher and longer we could go. And exactly this, if the 4-year cycles are over, don't be surprised if the next 20 years of Bitcoin go something like this. Basically, this is another way of illustrating an inflection point. I talk about it so much, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, but the inflection point, whether it relates to like the technology S-curve of adoption when, you know, things behave a certain way, but then there is a time where all of that goes out the window and it just starts going straight up for a long, long time. This can quite literally be well over a decade. Now, I'm not saying at all that that's a guarantee. I have no idea. Nobody has any idea. But it's a real distinct possibility. And the smartest type of people will tell you, especially when it comes to predicting markets, pretty much if you ask for specifics, if you ask for something, they will never, ever tell you something is guaranteed to happen, or in terms of price that it's guaranteed. I don't know. I don't think, right? I don't think it's guaranteed that we're going to go up. I don't think it's guaranteed we're going to go down. There's absolutely no guarantee with this at all. However, this is an extremely likely scenario that the longer that I've been learning, the longer I've been invested, and the more that I have seen what specifically has happened to these markets in just the last about a year. This last year has seen more growth, more positive direction, and attention flowing into this space than we could have expected this quickly ever, right? This is the prime moment, I think. And if there's ever a time where we're going to see something like this, it is this cycle. And I say that reluctantly because I personally think, as I've stated multiple times over the last few months specifically, I think these cycles are possibly, the longer time goes on, the more I'm convinced of this, these cycles are dead, is my opinion. I think that it's very likely they're dead. And I think that has some very positive effects or very positive ramifications of what's going to happen here. As well, what Immortal says on X is that the sooner we take the low, the sooner we can run it back. So he's basically saying he expects a drop in the price of Bitcoin. Again, I have no idea. Will it pump tomorrow? Will it dump tomorrow? I'm not sure. I'm very confident in the long-term trend. Day to day, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. Nobody really does. It's just a bunch of guessing. But the largest asset managers in the world are saying they own Bitcoin. The founder of the largest hedge fund saying that they own Bitcoin. The founder of the best performing public company is saying buy Bitcoin. But the people that are saying Bitcoin is a scam are friends and family that probably are working like close to minimum wage, refuse to learn about new things, which is like the number one sign of like low intelligence, in my opinion, is just like refusing to incorporate new information. If you see new information, or whether it can be so many things, it doesn't have to be Bitcoin, but if you hear about a new technology or a new create, like literally anything, and you immediately dismiss it without actually doing any research, that to me is the worst type of person. I mean, there's way worse type of people, like people that abuse and like murder and stuff like that. But in terms of like generally having a horrible mindset, that's so bad. People that form and make opinions without doing research it's just the worst way to think. The world would be such a better place if people, this is so simple. This is not even like controversial. It shouldn't be controversial. You should do research on something before you're allowed to have an opinion. To me, if you're hearing me say that and you disagree with that, I think quite literally, I don't know how to say this nicely, but basically that's the lowest form of IQ take possible. That's like saying humans don't need water to survive. Of course they need water to survive. Nobody will tell you humans don't need water, right? Everyone knows you need to drink some water. And if you don't drink water, or if you don't hydrate, you probably won't live for very long, right? Usually only a couple days. In my opinion, it's just as clear-cut and simple as that. If you don't do research on something, you shouldn't have an opinion on it, right? It's the most easy, but again, some people, especially nowadays, struggle with even basic ideas and concepts and basic logic like that. We also see President Trump saying, I want crypto. Crypto is important because if we don't do it, China will. This interview just recently on Meet the Press saying more about positive crypto regulation. Potentially the most bullish news of the week is Jim Cramer saying he doesn't believe Bitcoin can reach $500,000 per coin, let alone 1 million. That's improbable. If anything, this is the most bullish thing I've ever seen. Jim Cramer, I don't know how he does it, but he's notorious for whatever he says, typically the opposite happens, and he is a really bad, especially like very near term. Like if he says, don't buy this stock, usually within like a couple days, it like does really well or something. So whenever Jim comes out and is bullish on Bitcoin, that's not good. Whenever Jim comes out and is very bearish on Bitcoin, that's mega good. Basically, this is more reliable than technical analysis and anything. We're basically guaranteed to hit 500,000 and $1 million per coin. And the more he comes out and says we won't, the sooner it's going to happen, to be honest. We also see always buy Bitcoin fear. As we've noticed over the last few months, there was so much fear in the market. What are the chances that just like all of these times here, we're about to see what happened after massive fear? Big upside move, big upside move, big upside move, big upside move. What are the chances? I'd say the chances are pretty high. We also see Bitcoin is perfectly mimicking the global M2 supply with a 90-day offset. I cover this basically every video. I'm going to keep covering it every single video. This has been super reliable. It's insanely bullish. Such a good metric. Fundamentally, technically, things are just heating up big time. We see I think this just illustration is really good because basically this is exactly what being in the crypto market feels like. For so long, it's this, where you just feel like, nothing's really happening. It's such an upside battle. And then when it does happen, it just happens that fast. It just happens and nothing stops it until the run is over. But again, if we're entering a new era where there are not cycles, then maybe nothing will stop it for decades, right? Who knows? I'm not saying that's a guarantee. I'm saying that's a realistic possibility, though. We also see that the Don Chain channel basis line on 3-week time frame has been perfect Bitcoin support since the beginning, according to CryptoCon. Everything about this cycle is looking similar to the 2015-2017 cycle, which means a steady ramp up until the final parabola, which metrics everywhere say has not come yet. There's not a single reliable metric, and there's dozens and dozens of them, not a single one of them saying we're overbought or the bull market's over. In fact, the craziest thing is that I think most of them are saying the opposite, that this bull run hasn't really even started yet. And that's hard for me to wrap my head around as well. Is it wrong, or is all the information wrong? Is all the data wrong? Is this cycle actually over? Or is it all right? And maybe we all should be even more bullish than we've already been. I mean, it's possible. It's a distinct possibility. As well, nobody has ever lost money by buying Bitcoin and just waiting for 5 years, unless you lose it or something, right? If you buy Bitcoin, if you buy it, you just let it sit, and then in 5 years you check it. Everybody that's ever done that has always been in profit, usually very much in profit. Even if you buy the all-time high, the day you buy in is an all-time high, and you wait 5 years, those people have been in profit every time they've done that in the past. And we also see that Bitcoin has just reclaimed this old range with a strong weekly close inside of it. The next target is the range high and then a new all-time high. So looking at Bitcoin right now, it's a little sideways. But one of these days, I strongly think that, do we have to get this retest first? That's the big question right here. Do we have to come down here? Look, I mean, this is exactly where the low was for this whole trading range. Now we're above it again. Do we need to just come and have a little bit of a back test? Maybe. Maybe we don't. Either way, I don't really care. Again, I don't really make videos for like short-term views anyway. These are all of my videos are basically based on a long-term mindset, because a long-term mindset for Bitcoin has proven historically to be so reliable and so profitable without fail that it's almost insane. Actually, one of my comments that I got on my last video, somebody was like, there's no way it can be that easy. Guys, I've been hearing that comment, and also I was thinking that my first 1 or 2 bull cycles as well. I remember saying it. I've probably said that thousands, maybe tens of thousands of times. There's no way it's that easy. But it is. And it has been. And I think that's one of the reasons that it is so easy, is because people think there's no way that it's that easy. And enough people think that, and then it actually is that easy. But as soon as everybody on the planet thinks there's no way it's this easy, as soon as everybody on the planet says it's guaranteed it is easy, it probably won't be that easy anymore. But luckily for us, a lot of people still do not understand Bitcoin, and luckily and unluckily, because I wish people understood it, because then everybody on the planet would be buying it. But because so many people don't understand it, we are benefiting from that because the price has so much higher to go. If everybody understood it, yes, we would be benefiting right now because everybody would be buying it and the price would be going up a lot. But pretty much the longer that people don't understand it, the longer we can buy it for cheap. And again, $100,000 per Bitcoin is going to look so cheap in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20. It's going to be, again, my opinion. But I was also saying that when Bitcoin was less than $2,000. Now it's at 100,000. I really have nothing to prove. I don't care. I have more money than I need. But I just, I would love if more people started buying it, because 1, they'll start changing their life. 2, it's the most sound, reliable, secure money that has ever existed. It really is that simple. And get signed up with FEMX below. No KYC or VPN required if you want to buy Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade. Without further ado.